Okay. Yeah. All right. So sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to start with our Ujjayi breath. In and out through the nose, please. Your palms resting face down on your lap. Good. Soft skin on the face, around the eyes. If you've been straining, looking at computer screens, or carry a lot of stress in your face, you'll find your squint in your crow's feet will be quite tight. So see if you can just soften around there, just bringing your awareness there. And then just around the jaw area as well. Swish the lower jaw from side to side a few times. And just let it hang away, nice and relaxed. And then gently closing the mouth. And notice your posture, which you probably have already started to sink back into again. That little roundy shape that we all make with our upper back. Just correct that gently. Bring the shoulders back, sides of the neck back. And then begin to follow the breath into the body. So from the tip of the nose, all the way down into the belly. And notice if you haven't been breathing into your belly for a long time, it'll feel very different. Good. And as you exhale, let the navel fall inwards towards the spine. Let the navel fall in towards the spine. That's it. And again, inhaling, expanding around the middle. Exhaling, corseting in. Keep going like that. See if you can lengthen that breath and smoothen out the edges. And add that little constriction to the back of the throat so that you can hear your breath. So just using this Ujjayi breath, this diaphragmatic breath, to soothe and to take you into a parasympathetic or healing recovery mode. See if you can lengthen the out breath a little bit more than the in breath. Good. Allowing that to continue, just being aware of your seat and where your sit bones rest supported on your seat. Allow yourself to sink in there a little bit more, but without sacrificing your posture. Notice any tension across the shoulders, perhaps in the sides and the back of the neck. Good. Just drop your chin down towards your chest. And then bring your right ear over to your right shoulder. Let that left shoulder be heavy. Your gaze is soft. Exhale, keep the ear over to the shoulder, but this time just drop your chin so you start to feel that stretch in the back of the neck and into the top of the shoulder, into the levator scapula there. So if you've been going around really tense, your shoulders are probably riding up around your ears. This is a great way just to release that a little bit. Okay, exhale, just drop the chin down towards the chest again. And then inhale, bring it over to the second side. Oh, let that right shoulder be heavy. Get the side of the neck first, top of the shoulder. Okay, and then drop the chin down. So keep the ear over towards the shoulder, just drop the chin. Okay, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the gaze. Take your hands and just clasp them behind your head there, keeping the elbows nice and high. And then just gently push the head back into the hands while supporting the head with the hands. So pushing back into the head as you push into the hands. Three more breaths here. Last one. And then release those hands. That feels better already. Just give the shoulders a bit of a shrug. Round we go. Good. Notice how clicky they are. I know mine are. And then just change the direction. Okay, that's it. And then bring it back into a neutral position there. All right. Reach your, oh, excuse me, I'm just going to let someone else in. One moment. Okay. Hi, Ursula. You're welcome. Okay. Now, reach your right arm up and then bring it overhead. Stretch it out. Tent the fingers on your left hand there so that you don't collapse into the left side of the rib cage. Okay, so turn the palm of the hand down and spin the chest up. There, that's it. Stretch out through the little finger side edge of the hand. Big breath into the right side of the rib cage. And again, inhale. Inhale as if you're opening up all the way from your right sit bone into the armpit there. Find as much space as you can with the breath. Let's take two more here. And again. And then exhale, just sweep that arm back down and take it straight over to the second side. Okay, lifting up both sides of the rib cage and maybe spin the chest up towards the sky a little bit. Inhale, big opening, left side of the ribs. And again. Three more here, please. And one more. And then exhale, just sweep that arm back down on front of you, okay? Just take your fingertips onto your shoulders, circles with the elbows. Doesn't that feel better already? Oh, I feel like I'm getting a bigger breath into my lungs. Good, and just change the direction. Great. And take two more. And then relax. Okay, good. So from here, take your hands, clasp them behind your back. We're just going to open up a little bit more here into the pec minor area in particular. So with those clasped hands, lift them up and off the back. And then see energetically if you can try to separate your hands, draw them away from each other. Keep your shoulders down from around your ears and keep a little micro bend in your elbows. Good, big breath into the upper chest there and see if you can expand a little bit more into that area.
Take 3 more here, please. Last one. And then exhale
and release. Okay, so from here, let's make our way down onto our back. So
come onto your back with your knees
bent.
And your feet hip distance apart, okay?
Okay, right. And just with keep your backside on the floor for a sec. Just take your arms down on the floor, palms face down. Make sure your feet are parallel. And as you inhale, you're just going to lift up into a bridge. Very gently press your heels into the floor and lift your backside up off the floor. And then you can reach up and feel your backside and notice if it's really, really tight. And try to let it soften a bit so that you're not using your glutes for the lift. Instead, you're going to use your hamstrings a little bit more, okay? So lifting up there and then driving down into the heels. Okay. And on the next exhale, just gently drop the pelvis down towards the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Try not to squeeze, soften. And then exhale, come on down, nice and gentle. Inhale, lift it up. Good work. Exhale, come on down. And if you still find it's very hard to not squeeze, don't lift so high. So try and be a little bit more gentle with it. Okay, and down, just moving in time with your breath. Inhale and lift. Exhale and gently bring it down. Inhaling and lifting. And exhaling back down. Keep going. And down. Let's take 5 more. 4. 3. 2 more. Last one. And then exhale. You may or may not be aware of your hamstrings started to kick in there more than your glutes would normally. So you may be feeling that a little bit more. That's what we wanted. Okay. From here, keep the pelvis on the floor. And we're going to do some rocking. So drop the tailbone down towards the floor. And you'll feel your low back start to rise up off the floor as you do that. Okay. And then on the exhale, take that into the reverse. Lift the tailbone up. This is only a couple of inches of movement. Tailbone lifts up and then you flatten into that low back area. Okay? Good. Inhale, rock the tailbone down, lift the low back off the floor. Exhale, lift the tailbone, press the low back into the ground. And again, inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, rock the pelvis back. And again, keep going. And 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Okay, good. From here, press into your heels again and lift the pelvis up off the floor. Gentle here, don't over-engage your glutes. You may want to walk your feet in about another inch closer together, okay? And then see if you can come onto the toes of your right foot. Keep your left foot as it is. How's that? Okay. If you can, maybe lift the foot off the floor just a few inches. And notice, is your left buttock really strongly engaging there? And see if you can find softness. Maybe drop the pelvis down slightly. Soft. Exhale, release the right foot to the floor. Inhale, lift the left foot, just a few inches, that's all. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, lift the left, just a few inches. Exhale and down. Inhale and lift. Exhale.
Inhale and lift. Exhale. Inhale and lift. And down. And lift the left. And down. Right. And down. Left. And down. Right. And down. Last one, left. And down. Good. Set the pelvis gently back down on the floor. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Hug them in. Good. Oh, okay. So let's see if we can get into happy baby. Reach your feet up. Take your arms on the insides of your legs and reach around the outside edge of your feet. Okay, once you've got a grip, your soles of your feet should be pointing up towards the sky. Take those legs nice and wide and just rock gently from side to side. That's great. Head on the floor. I saw that, Helen. Great. Good. Keep that head on the floor. If the head's struggling reaching the floor, maybe throw a blanket underneath it. Or, you know, maybe just take a hold of the shins for the time being. Okay, that's it. So the wider the knees are, the easier this is. Okay, good. So just gently rocking side to side, enjoying that release around the sacrum area. Okay, and then bring those knees back in together. Squeeze in towards the midline. Take your hands around the shins. And I know some of you have low back issues at the moment, so if rolling up and down on your back doesn't feel good in your body, just roll to your side and come up to sit, and I'll see you up there. So the rest of us are going to lift your head up towards your knees and see if you can really round your back there. And then maybe start to roll forwards and backwards. Keep it low for the first few. Just enjoy the massage up and down the spine. Okay, keep squeezing the legs in towards the midline there. And then see if you can rock it up and hold with the knees bent, holding. How does that go? Inhale, bring it back. Take 2 rolls here. And then see if you can hold it back up again. Just for a moment. Tone the belly, squeeze in towards the midline. And again, inhale back. 2 more, 1 more. And then bring it up. Hold, keep the heart lifted. Yeah, and last time. 2 rolls. And lift. Squeeze in, lift the heart. Okay, good. Cross your ankles and then roll forward. You can come onto your hands and knees here. Okay? All right. So from here, we're going to do puppy pose. We're just going to open up into the shoulders a little bit more. I'll just brace myself. Good. So you can take your elbows down to the floor, keeping your elbows about shoulder distance apart. So your bum is stacked over your hips are stacked over your knees. So your bum is high up in the air, okay? You can roll your toes under if you like. And then just take your head down in between your arms. And keep your elbows pressing into the floor, and then you feel that in the shoulders. Can you energetically draw the shoulder blades onto the back there? Find that engagement. You feel the belly tone. Hips stay high. Good. See if you can take those hands into a prayer position and bring them back onto your back so that you feel that in your triceps. Five more breaths here. Two more. Last one. And then exhale, just release the hands back down onto the floor. Take your hands shoulder distance apart. Okay. All right.
And your knees hip distance apart. Take some cat cows. You can have the toes rolled under if you like. Inhale, lift the heart through the shoulders. Take the sides of the neck back. Drop the navel downwards and lift your sit bones high. Good. Exhale, round the back. Drop the gaze inwards. Push the floor away. Inhale, back to cow. Lift the heart. Lift the sit bones. Exhale, round it to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. 2 more. Last one. And exhale. Inhale. Come back to all fours and walk your knees about 2 to 3 inches behind your hips. Then roll the toes under if they're not there already. Press into your fingertips. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Feel that engagement on your upper back and then lift the knees up off the floor, downward facing dog. Good. Press the floor away. Let the head and heart drop down towards the floor. Feet hip distance apart. Good. If at any point you need to drop down onto your knees again, go ahead and do that. So have a quick look at the hands. Are they really clawing into the ground there? And feel if the muscles in your arms really hug into the bones, drawing into the back of the heart there, right into the midline of the body again. Feel the belly tone. And then see if you can energetically draw your inner thighs back and apart, as if you're trying to lift your sit bones, your backside up towards the ceiling. Okay, from here, inhale, shift your weight into your left leg and lift your right leg up towards the sky. 3-legged dog. Doesn't have to come up so high. Keep the toe and the knee pointing down towards the floor. It doesn't take much to feel that in the back of the left leg. And notice if you're sagging out towards the left. Counter that by knitting the outer left thigh in towards the midline. Good. Now, exhale, drop the right foot down to where it was. Shift. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do that and catch up. Inhale, shift the weight into the right side, lift the left foot. Keep the toe and the knee pointing down. Okay, not so high. Micro bend in that standing leg. Drop the head, relax the face. It's only yoga. Okay, and then exhale, drop that left foot down to the ground nice and easy. Okay, let's do that again. The next time we're going to step the foot through to meet our hands. If that doesn't work in your body, drop to your knees and step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift the right leg. Okay, exhale, look forward of your hands. Bend the left leg and come onto the toes of the left foot. And then bring the right knee forward in between your arms, shifting your weight forward and step the right foot in between your hands. If that didn't work for you, just drop to your knees and step the right foot forward. So work with your body. Okay, drop the back knee to the floor when you get there. Fingertips on the floor. If the fingertips are having trouble reaching the floor, go ahead and grab a few blocks. It's been a lot of tension of late, so and probably a lot of sitting down in front of the computer, so the hip flexors are probably quite tight. So this can feel like quite a challenge. Just let your hips drop down towards the floor there and feel that gorgeous opening in the front of the left hip. Yeah, just let gravity do its magic on the left side. Press the toes of the left foot into the floor. Find length in your spine. So reach from the tailbone up to the crown of the head and then bring the sides of the neck back. Lift the chest away from the right thigh. Okay, then push into the heel of the right foot. Okay,
Keep that engagement and press down into the toes of the back foot. All right, keep that and lift those hands maybe up onto your hips. Good. Let the hips sink again. Keep the chest lifted. If you'd like, you can take your arms up, extending out through the fingertips. You're going to feel like you're moving because you are. If you're very wobbly, you can toe heel your right foot out to the side a fraction. Okay, let's go for 3 more breaths here. One more. And then exhale, take the hands to the floor, make it look easy. Roll the toes of the back foot and press back, downward facing dog. Now, doesn't that feel good? Walk out your dog by bending and straightening the legs alternately. Drop the knees if you need to. Press the floor away. Drop the heart. But be careful not to sag into the mid to low back area there. Take an inhale, and as you do that, your lower ribs are going to knit in. Okay, so from that to that, and that's going to keep that engagement in the mid to low back area there. Good, keeping it nice and strong, using your core to support you. Okay, let's take it to the second side. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Okay, exhale, look forward, bend your standing leg and start to shift your weight forward. Bring that left knee through to meet your hands and the left foot to the floor. Otherwise, drop to your knees and come on down. Bring your back knee to the floor. Okay, come up onto your fingertips. Sink the hips. Gorgeous opening. So just have a quick look at the front knee, making sure it's not coming beyond that front toe too far. Bring it back a little bit, or toe heel that front foot out a little bit more if it is. Lift the heart, make your spine nice and long. Okay, choice to come up onto your hips there as you root down into the heel of the left foot and press into the toes of the back foot. Lift the heart. Keep moving the tailbone down, and that will engage the front of the belly here. And then if the tendency is to flare the ribs, knit them down, okay? Good, maybe take the arms up again. So from the soles of both feet, you're drawing right up into the center of the pelvis, as if you were drawing your outer right hip forward and your outer left hip backwards. It's a really strong opening in the hips. One more here. And then exhale, take your 2 hands to the floor and press it on back, downward facing dog. Good. Just walk it out. Come to your knees if you need to. And then press back. Draw your inner thighs back and apart. Okay. Bend your knees. Look forward of your hands and walk your feet forward to come into a standing fold, Uttanasana. And drop the top of the head down towards the floor. Fold it in. Knees can be nice and soft here. Hands may be on the shins, or you can use your block if it's handy. Take 3 more Ujjayi breaths here. Find softness. And you're going to feel that opening down the backs of the legs. We've just done the front, so now we're doing the back. Okay, and then exhale. All right, from here, just climb your hands up into the creases of the hips, bending the elbows, bring them back so that your heart begins to lift. Keep that and press into the floor, lifting yourself strongly up. Use your belly to bring you all the way up to stand. And then exhale, release your hands down by your sides into Tadasana or mountain pose. Okay. Whew. Look at your feet. Take them inner hip distance apart and then parallel them. Lift all 10 toes, stretch them wide, and then set them back down on the floor. From the earth, draw right up into the center of the pelvis. Hug the muscles into the bones of the legs as you move that engaged action all the way up the legs. Good. Tailbone moves down, down. Tummy engages. And then lengthen from the sides of the hips into the armpits. Take the arm bones back, palms face forward. Sides of the neck back. And then close your eyes or soften your gaze into the middle distance. Connecting with your breath once more. Opening your eyes, take those arms up and overhead. Then take your right wrist in your left hand and reach out over to the left. Push down into the right foot, okay? See if you can keep your arms in line with your ears and spin the chest up. Good. Rooting down to rise up. Big breath into the right side body. Exhale. And then inhale, bring it up to center. Switch sides. Take the left wrist in the right hand. Reach out over to the right. Big stretch. Spin the heart forward. And again. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Okay. From here, take your hands onto your sacrum. Okay, fingertips pointing down and the elbows are bent. Take your tailbone down, keeping those nice engaged legs from your mountain pose. And lift the heart. Open up the ribs. Big breath into the sides of the ribs. But be careful not to flare at the front. Keep knitting them down, knitting them down. Inhale, bring the sides of the neck back. Good. Press down into the earth. And then rise up from there. Lifting, opening, back bending a little bit. 2 more here. Keep engaging the legs, drawing in toward the midline. 1 more. Inhale, root down into the earth and rise back up to stand. Exhale and release. You'll feel a little flutter as your nervous system is just gently stimulated there. So let that go. Okay, so we'll do some suryas just to really get more heat into the body. And then we're going to bring it down. So standing at the top of your mat with your feet, I'm going to suggest together or a couple of inches apart max. Okay, and then take an inhale and reach up to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Extend out through the fingertips. Look up. Big breath. Bring the hands together, and as you exhale, just fold forward. All the way down into Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. Hands to the floor or to your shins. Inhale, half lift, look up, and bring your shoulder blades onto the back as you do that. Keep your knees nice and soft. Use your belly. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root down into the earth again and rise all the way up.
To stand, bring your hands together above your head. Then exhale, draw them into the midline.
Into your heart.
and release. We're going to do that again. Inhale, bring it up. Hands together, and then exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root down and rise up to stand. Exhale, hands together, bringing them into the heart. And release. Adding on, inhale, bring it up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees a lot. Press the hands into the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Okay, find your dog, engage the floor or your hands at least. Yeah, okay. Inhale, look up and forward. Come onto your toes and then step your right foot forward between your hands. Then spin your back heel to the floor, coming into warrior one.
Okay, warrior one. I hope you remember this one. Front knee bends over the front ankle. Your hips are pointing forward, okay? Your back toes are pointing to about 11 o'clock. Okay, good. Make sure your front knee doesn't come beyond the ankle. One more breath here. And then exhale.
Bring the hands back down to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Take 2 more breaths here. And again. And back. Inhale, lift the toes again, make some room for yourself. Then step the left foot forward between the hands. Spin the back heel to the floor, back toes pointing to 1 o'clock. And then bend that front leg, knee stacks over the ankle. Rise up, warrior one.
Take your arms up. Good. Sinking down, nice strong stance. And notice
that your 2 hips, your frontal hip points there, the bones at the front of your body are pointing forward.
Okay, good. Take the
tailbone down. Feel the belly ignite. This is a great
opener for the back as well. And you're going to feel that in your front thigh quite strongly too. Big stretch into the back leg, along the calf as well. And then exhale.
Bring your hands down to the floor and step it back to downward facing dog. Well done. 2 more here. And out. And again. And out. All right. From here, we're going to add on to that. As you inhale, look forward of the hands, come onto your toes and step your right foot forward again. Spin your back heel to the floor, root down and rise up to warrior one.
Find it again. From the earth, draw right up into those legs, right into the center of the pelvis, tailbone down, belly engages. Okay, exhale. Take your hands onto your hips and lift your back heel off the floor. So spin the toes of the back foot to face forward. Keep the front knee bent. Press out through the heel of your back foot. And then from here, you're going to lower that left knee to hover the shin parallel with the floor. Ooh. And then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hover. Inhale and lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. 2 more. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, we're going to step it forward and bring that left knee to lift into a standing balance, okay? So bring your weight forward, keep the hands there on your hips, then shift the weight forward, bring your back foot up and hug in around the front of the shin there. Find a drishti to help you stay balanced. Keep the heart lifted. Okay, flex the toes. Do you remember when we were rolling up at the beginning of the practice to find that balance in both pose? We had the heart lifted. We squeezed in towards the midline. We stayed nice and focused. Okay, good. Maybe take the hands away. Keep the leg lifted. Okay, good. Exhale, hands to your hips, step it back, warrior one. How's that? Tailbone down, find that engagement in your belly, sink down into it. Lift your arms again for full pose. And then exhale, take your hands back down to the floor and step it back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. All right, inhale, look forward of the hands, come onto your toes and step that left foot forward between the hands. Spin the back heel to the floor and rise up, warrior one. Take your hands up towards the ceiling, sink down into it, tailbone down. Feel that lovely tug there in the front of the hip again. And again. Last one. And then exhale, you can take your hands onto your hips and pivot on the back foot, lifting the back heel off the floor. And then just dropping that knee down towards the floor to hover the shin parallel with the mat. Inhale, lift it up, press out through the back heel. Exhale and down. Inhale and lift. 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 3 more, please. Down and up. Down and up. And down and up. Hold it. Let's move forward into that standing balance. Start to shift your weight forward. Then bring that right knee up. Take a grip around the front of the shin there. Flex the foot. Lift your heart. Root down into that standing leg. And you're going to feel it move, and that's okay. Just being okay with that. See if you can take the shoulders onto the back a little bit more. Sides of the neck back, find that alignment. Soft gaze at your drishti. Good. 2 more. 1 more. And then find your way back to warrior one, okay? Take it slow. Release your hands onto your hips. Step the right foot back, spin the back heel to the floor and sink down into that front knee. Then your arms go up. Good, nice and strong. 2 more. 1 more. And then exhale, take those 2 hands to the floor, step her back. Well done, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Last one. Inhale, look forward of the hands, come onto your toes and bend your knees and just walk your feet forward into that standing forward fold again, Uttanasana. Hands to the shins or to the floor. Inhale, when you arrive, half lift and look up. So gather the shoulder blades onto the back. Yeah, you could be up here, that's also good.
And then exhale, fold. Inhale, root down into the earth and rise all the way up to stand.
Exhale and bring your hands in
Towards the midline, into your heart. And release, mountain pose. Take 2 more breaths here. Okay, and then step your right foot back or whatever foot back so that you can still be looking at the screen there. Take your feet nice and wide apart and take them parallel.
Okay, so it's a nice wide stance, maybe even as wide as your ankles beneath your wrists. Okay, good, nice and strong. As long as you feel like you can still engage the legs and have control there. So from the earth,
Draw right up
into the soles of the feet. Feel the muscles in the legs engage and hug them in.
to the bones.
Goodness me, Angela.
Just, excuse me,
I'm just gonna let her in there.
Okay. All right, hi Angela. Okay.
Take your hands onto your hips and lift your heart again. Keep moving your tailbone down so your belly is nice and strong. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward. Now, if your hamstrings are tight or your back
Has issues, soften the knees, okay? And find your cow, so sticking your backside out behind you, lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Hold it when you get halfway there. Good. If you need to bring the hands down, bring them right down underneath your shoulders, fingertips onto the floor or perhaps onto blocks. Okay, good. Keep the sit bones lifting up. So you feel that quite strongly in the backs of the legs. So mind your hammies, nobody's to go ping. Okay, drop the head down towards the floor. Fold it down. You can walk your hands back in between your legs a little bit more if they'll go, just wherever they come to. Good. Soft knees if that's way too much in your hamstrings, please. And if you need to come out, just come out gently. Okay. 2 more breaths here. And again. And exhale it out. Inhale, walk your hands forward so that they come back underneath your shoulders again and you can tent your fingers up. Yeah, good. Now make sure you can really engage those legs strongly again because you're going to need them to bring you up to stand. Take your hands onto your hips. Keep the heart lifted. Press down into the floor and rise up all the way, nice and strong. Exhale and release. Toe heel your feet into just a bit wider than hip distance apart, and you can turn your toes out and your heels in. And then come down into a squat there. Bend the knees. Come on down. So for some of you, squat doesn't feel great, I know that. So you can have a block, okay, and you can pop it underneath you. Sit on your block or blocks. Or you can go against a wall too, is also fine. Good. So you can get the heels onto the floor, and if they're not going, you can throw a jumper under the heels or a pillows or a folded blanket.
and then find the lift in your heart again. Always countering that rounding
Of the upper back that we encounter so much in our daily lives. Good, so that you can keep your breath moving into the body and nourishing you and energizing you and feeding your life energy, your prana or chi, whatever you want to call it. Tailbone drops down. Great release for the low back, great release for digestion. Or any and all kinds of digestive issues. That's it. It actually does get easier the more you practice it, I promise you. I used to be able to do this at all. Okay. It's such a nourishing pose. So let's go for 3 more breaths.
And last one. Exhale, release it. Come and sit down. Whew. Well done, everybody. Okay, so you know what, let's come and lie down. And you can bend your knees, take your feet hip distance apart, put your feet on the floor. And then hug your right knee in. Go ahead and stretch that left leg out if that feels good in your body. Careful not to lock the knees out. And then extend that right leg. I'll be back in a sec. We're having trouble here, technical difficulties with Angela. Just lift that right leg up towards the ceiling. Taking a grip around the back of the thigh. So soft knees, and then push out through both heels. Curl your toes in towards your nose. Find that softness in the face again. And last one. Exhale and release. Opposite side. You can feel free to keep that right leg bent if you want, if it's too much opening, but you're nice and warm at this stage. It should be okay. Hug the left knee in to start. Marie, jump from the gun. Okay. And then extend that left leg up. Push out through both heels. Keep the knees soft, please. Curl your toes down towards your nose. Last one. And then exhale, release that leg down. Bend both knees. Take the soles of the feet together and let your knees open wide, okay? And if you don't have that much external rotation in the hips, throw something behind your thighs there to just keep the legs supported so that you don't feel like there's too much pressure happening here in the front of the hips. So I'll just demonstrate that. I know you don't all have two purple blocks handy, but improvise. I've got them there on the upper thighs, the backs of the thighs. Okay. And you can just take one hand off your heart and one hand onto your belly. Okay. And tune back into your breath. Just feeling your back body pressing against the floor and letting the energy from the earth beneath you, whether you're on the first floor or ground floor or in a forest, allow that energy to rise up and support you, embracing you in its grip. And in return, just softening your bones and your skin and your tissues downwards. So you can go ahead and stay here. Or if you're time crunched and you want to come out, you can just take your hands behind your thighs, gather them together, and then let them fall over to the side. And just gently bring yourself up to a seat.
Go ahead and stay there for as long as you want. This is purely optional. And then when you rise up, just get yourself into a seat and gather your hands
together at your heart.
Sit, Lisa. Okay, good. And
bow your head in towards your heart. Take a breath in through your nose.
Release all that practice with an exhale, a long one out through your mouth. Good.
Namaste, everybody. Well done for